Here's hoping, Bridget. Here's hoping we got it fixed. So far, I'm showing 0 dropped frames. I'm now going to log into 14 and see what happens there. Do, 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 do. Okay. We're having some, which isn't a great start. But if we can just stop where we are. We're at 278 right now. Last vigils, where we go. The warrior of light and her brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fort Tom's Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone has gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortom, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortom, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on
reputation?
my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city?
Why not?
You would do
indeed?
well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Fair play. Though our friends in House Four Toms have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It will take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Ooh. Those documents identify you as wards of House Four Toms. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you are under the protection of House Four Toms, but let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Morrighan, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetherite Plaza, if there are no questions. Whoops. Dun dun dun. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thoradin's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thoradin to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all. Ah, wards of House Fortoms. How very interesting. Count Edmond has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the customs of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Ah, young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire. It can be found in the Crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetherite Plaza and Foundation. If everyone is ready... to the Aetherite Plaza. On the Aetherite Plaza is the end of our tour. Hello, House Fortomp's manservant. And here we have Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetherite, it would be wise to do so now. And none of these are better than the Poetics, so we'll just take the silver piece. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together what else can be found nearby. The Skysteel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly, while to the south and east, well, 'twould be best if you avoided that area. Too late, buddy, I'm already deep in the broom. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alfino. Hold your nerves when ye pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord but a humble traveller. Oh, come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues. Well, if you've a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight, if your nursemaid'll let ye. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Morrighan. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too! Hey! But now I must go this way. That would be one of my friends. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments. Master... Gibriant. Just Gibriant will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations. But if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Hold on 1 second. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the Wyverns broke through the walls and started tearing the city up, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the Pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the Temple Knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it would be best if we return to Fortomp Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I am afraid that is out of the question. My lord, the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of those of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh please, do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Morrighan and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will! Speak with Edmund in Fortom's Manor. Yep, let's go turn this stuff in. That would be the last vigil is the closest teleport. That's right, you can't just walk in, you have to speak with the gatekeep. Edmund, my friend. Tell us then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagine pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took, and when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Ser Aymeric has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. What he said. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mistress Initari, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a woman with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoriel and Manelian in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Mistress Initari the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slew Gaius van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. She is not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand girl. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Mistress Initari, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks, Fury willing. They may even learn something from you. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, our House Fortoms has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, whilst simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. And I don't need any of these. Bum bum bum. We should definitely sort that stuff though. Okay. Amanelane. Onwards and upwards. Shall we be off then, old girl? Ah, but where are my manners? Amanelane de Fortoms, second son of Count Edmund de Fortoms. Trueborn, that is. Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. We're ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied, subsisting on a meagre allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old girl, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts. Or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Artoriel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Ha ha! Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest, I jest. Anyway, we are here to aid the good men and women of House Hyenart. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity, poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Alright, Artoriel. Let us begin anew, Mistress Initari. I am Ser Artoriel de Fortom, eldest son of Count Edmund de Fortom. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Horsefant has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of houses Durandare and Zemael. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo Stables and Foundation. We're going to do the airship landing place first. We're going to go do Cloudtop, and then we'll do Falcon's Nest, because I think, having played through the story before, I think narratively it's going to make more sense for us to finish at Falcon's Nest and come back and then continue the main MSQ than to finish at Cloudtop, because of where things pick up. So let's go to the Sea of Clouds. Bum, 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 boom, boom. Do, 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 do. I still think Foundation has the best hub music. Especially the nighttime theme. Like, oh my goodness, the nighttime theme is good. Are you ready to depart, madam? The airship bound for Camp Cloudtop will be leaving shortly. Also, Cloudtop is probably my least favorite area of Heavensward, so I'd rather get the initial section of Cloudtop done and out of the way sooner. It actually very likely might be one of my least favorite places of the whole game, but
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home. High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds, a frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore.
interesting.
To a fledgling outpost, within the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, she came.
Awfully cold up here. I mean, Kerthis may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all of the time, you know. Never mind. We need to find Lady Leniette. She is in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead, yes? Excellent. Bum, bum, bum. Let's talk to the Chocobo Keep. Oh dang, she is a hike away. Let's interact with the Aetherite and hop on the SDS Fenrir. Strife delivery service at your service. It's gonna hurt. Oh, come on. Yup. Please nothing decide to hit us on our way. Triggering every Galacat on the way over. Oh, wait. Okay. Mistress Initari, welcome. I am Ser Laniate. Oh shit. I am Ser Laniate de Halianot, commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Alas, a knight must go where knight duty demands, and thus have I been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of by the grace of Hallonae, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon her generous aid besides. Truly, I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. "'Tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady Laniat. You cut an elegant figure as always, a steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom." "Lord Manalaine, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with Mistress Initari." "Hello, Matt. Glad you're able to stop by. I'm assuming you just got off work." "Camp Cloudtop has established to provide early warning of impending Dravonian incursions. A high elevation afforded by the floating isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of drowning all but the mightiest dragons." Oh, you're there. Okay. "Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for the man... Jesus, I don't know what that accent was. No beastman is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a birdman and I'll show him a thing or two." That still wasn't right. I've lost it having to switch between him and her. Oh, I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come, Mistress Initari. Okay. Let's at least pick this quest up before we hop into the chat. We're going to hop in the chat where my buddy Nikos is, who I've recently gotten into this game. "While I understand Count Edmont's intentions, I would rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible that he may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravonian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Manalaine from shirking his duties." Come on. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I'm still live. I'm gonna hop in the chat. Hello.
Oh.
And welcome into my stream.
Hey, good to be in your stream.
I appreciate it. Stream, to anybody who's watching, which is like I think a whole 2 or 3 of you maybe. This is Nikos.
Oh. Hi.
Friend of mine who I got into this game like a month ago now and has been zooming through it.
Yeah, I played a little bit about a year ago when we all kind of got into it, and then I kind of fell off. And now a whole year later, I'm just slamming through MSQ.
I got this this random person in my chat, Dr. Shrew, says Nikos sounds like a jackass.
Dude, it's probably because I'm a jackass.
To be clear, that's Matt, in case I just don't want to.
I got the winning over the worm dungeon.
Sorkai. Okay.
Sorkai. Yeah.
Do you need to run that?
I mean, it is my next MSQ, but like, if you're doing stuff, you do stuff.
I mean, you're getting really close to a part that I want to play with you anyway.
Okay.
So what?
So yeah, I'd be super down. What are you running right now?
I have to switch characters,
Okay.
and I'm gonna update the title of this stream to.
Oh no. I've hijacked the stream.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna add plus a side story.
Plus, a small side story.
And maybe when I get around to editing VODs, I'll just failed to update settings. What? Dude, this Twitch has been being weird. Alright, let me get logged back into Aerolith. And we'll just update things the old way by going through the actual Twitch website instead of Streamlabs.
I go to like the delivery missions. There's never any delivery missions.
Because you don't have any gatherers or crafters leveled. I always thought it was confusing too.
So okay, so I just need to start leveling a crafter.
Yeah.
Jackwagons. They're like, we're gonna get him to stop like being on the fighting side of 14 for a little bit. We're gonna get him eventually. And I'm like, no, don't do this to me.
Yeah, you gotta get through to the end of you gotta get through to Endwalker first. I mean, you got like 3 days to get current. 5 days. You got 5 days to
5 days.
blow through like 2.5 expansions.
This water thing is really hurting my speed, you know?
Right.
I had to literally go to the house again last night to fix more breaks, and then we got done with those and we turned the water on and there's 2 more. And I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna lose it.
Damn. Well, shit, Matt says my stream is down.
Oh no.
I think it's a Twitch issue, honestly.
Listen, figure out what you gotta figure out, my guy. Where is this?
Let me do...
Is PvP fun?
I've never done it.
Matt said the same thing. I was like, okay, you guys are...
Because I have like anxiety of doing it.
Right, so, I mean, same. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, is it hard? Like, do I...
What is going on? Let me try this. Twitch.tv. Let me go straight to my thing.
Is this a dungeon too? Oh, I bet it is. Is the Armian Vale a dungeon?
Arm Vale? Yes, that is a...
Okay.
Oh boy, is that a dungeon.
Oh, really? Is it hard?
It's arguably considered the hardest dungeon of A Realm Reborn.
Really?
Yes.
I just got it for my Immortal